it's not gonna work. Chrome is just as bad, if not fucking worse.
Dang, that's neat.
Actually, Chrome is worse.
What are you using? Chrome, or are you using it for Ninja?
Yeah, I was gonna say if Ninja it would take Ninja.
I would say if it wasn't that Ninja's so against things that have like ad blockers, like I think that's the way I think of. But since it wouldn't work on Opera EX, I would say do that because you can actually control through the system how much like RAM and stuff that it or, like
in Opera GX.
You can throttle. Yeah, in Opera GX you can throttle it. How much it pulls, but Ninja hates it. That website wouldn't even work. Or won't move out proper.
So what I'm debating doing, quite honestly, is switching to stream together and seeing if it works. It creates a little bit more things in OBS. It gives more control in OBS. But I don't know how much resources it uses for 5 people. It runs through Chrome, but it's a very very stripped down version. It's basically just like it opens up in the browser and there's no other way to get out of it. Like you're in it and that's it. Yeah, it's only probably the 2 of you in Video Ninja, if that. Oh no, Foxy's there too. So. Did I just hot mic? I think I did. I did. I think everybody's here now. Somebody say something in Discord.
I mean, I think everybody's here. Lady M stepped away for a minute.
She's putting her hand in front of the camera though, so I guess she's just
Making
muted.
lewd gestures. That was rude.
All right. So, I tried like a different browser for Video Ninja. It's just as bad. In fact, I don't know. Like, it's not looking good at all. um, so I'm not gonna be able to put those. I'm not gonna be able to join that with cameras. And then I turned on the camera in Discord, and that's looking like it's not appreciating that either. So I'm already at 100 CPU and I haven't done shit. This is fucking ridiculous. And it doesn't do it until everybody's on. Like literally sitting here, it was like, I'll sit at 50. And as soon as everybody joins or I turn everything on, then it starts doing it. So
in your OBS, are you using the hardware or the the graphics card?
The graphics card. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, OBS was not using that much memory while I was testing. Again, it's only when everybody joins. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to have to go through and rethink some stuff until I actually get the computer here. I was looking at parts and stuff today. I just don't know what I want to get because I know what I want to build, but I also know I got to keep on a budget. So, anyway, sorry. I should have probably complained sooner, but I didn't get to see it until we went live. So, that being said, stream can see me. You guys are not going to be able to. Not until this situation is resolved. Sorry. With that being said, you guys can start introducing yourselves. Since Lady M is not at her chair, we'll start at the opposite end. So, Ginia, you go first.
Hey everybody, I'm Foxy Project. I play Jinya, a high elf cleric who has been banished from her home, exiled, can never go home again. And she is out in the great wide world trying to figure out where she fits in.
Elios.
Hello, I'm Thorn. I play Elias. He's a kobold sorcerer. He is out in the big world since he's a small guy. He's looking for his lost brother so that he can get home and hopefully not be fallen in with a group of bad people.
Group of bad people. Vero.
Rhino, I play Vero, a wood elf monk who does not kill people and is currently teaching a child, I guess, a young student the ways of a monk. And unfortunately, we're probably all going to die down here, but
So, Vero, you've been given inspiration, but I don't know if you would celebrate because the immediate after that was I have plans. I don't know what those plans might be, but
well, brings to light more of my comment of we're not going to survive this. That's what that tells me.
nah, you'll survive. It'll be fine. All right,
You're all going to die down here.
Roz.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Loco. I play Razumdar Straight Arrow, the Tabaxi Ranger. And although he likes all of his party members, he's kind of getting tired of the hairless ones in this realm.
Okay.
You're all going to die down here.
There it is.
There it is.
You're
There it is. There it is.
All right, Songbird.
We're in danger. Hello. Hi. What's up? Don't mind me. I'm a little disheveled from just getting back from work and everything. Hi. I'm Lady Magdalene, mainly known as Lady M here, and I play Songbird, the very stressed out, traumatized bard that just wants to be able to make sure her maybe possibly dead mentor will be proud of what she does.
That was okay.
Tall order.
I don't. I don't think so, but okay. All right. So
Wow.
when you were all last together, um, well, we'll go back a little bit. So you guys have been following basically a group of individuals have been transporting what you think is loot up the northern coast of the Sword Coast. And you have been following it. You started in Greenest. You went to worked your way through Boulder's Gate. You went through Waterdeep, and now you're north of Waterdeep in the Mirror of Dead Men, still following these shipments, trying to figure out where this group is taking these in this loot or hoard. Um, some of you are doing it out of curiosity. Some of you are doing it on request of a few factions or guilds. The reason is because it seems to be affecting the entire Sword Coast. So nobody seems safe from these individuals. They'll attack anybody except themselves. You've managed to traipse through the swamp of the Mirror of Dead Men. You were at a roadhouse where situation led to you guys going into a tunnel to continue to follow the shipment, and you have arrived at Castle Nirtar. Castle is basically populated by lizard men, bullywogs, humans, and rumored to be half dragons. A couple other races too. Maybe a couple bugbears here and there. Half orcs. So, no, Roz, that's not what's there. That I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, that's what's there. But after that description, there is no way we should be here.
Why? There's humans. So, your goal now. You have met a lizard man named Snapjaw. Snapjaw basically says that you can have this. You would have the support of the lizard men if you get rid of the bullywogs or take care of the dragon kneelers. Until then, you've noticed that the lizard men are basically the lowest class here. They are doing most of the labor, and they are being bullied by the bullywogs. I guess it's in the name. So, we left off. I believe you guys were going to try to talk to some lizards.
And then I'm going to.
The
Yes,
lizards that
Roz
you
will try
ride,
to
yes,
talk.
we were going to try to
Yeah.
talk to them so that we could make sure that they would take up for us so that they too would have a chance to be free.
Right. Yes, there are some giant lizards that are being used as pack animals. So that's kind of where we left off. You guys are standing in the road outside of this area. So this is like for the chat. This is basically most of the area that they're in. The castle is several stories tall. And we'll pick up from there. Just trying to move the map. Okay, go.
Well, I think last week Roz was just about ready to go over here and talk with the lizards. I think I was going somewhere like right in there.
Yes, you were heading over there. I don't think the tokens are locked, so you should be able to
Okay.
move them.
Beauty.
All right.
So, yeah, so Roz is going to just basically try to endear himself to them, and with the not, well, promise of freedom if they live, by helping us. If they can help us overthrow the dragon kneelers, the humans, the bollywogs, if we can overthrow them with their help, they will, we will let them go free. We will not in any way treat them badly.
So to talk to the lizards, what are you using?
My speak with animals.
You are using speak with animals. Okay, so
Yes.
all right. So you approach. I'm guessing you cast the spell before you get over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's yeah.
All right.
While we were kind of milling about on the shore, deciding what we were going to do, he had already cast it. It's a ritual, so it took 10 minutes. But
Hold on. All right. So it's a ritual spell. I'm gonna let you describe the ritual.
um, well, in my mind, uh, the ranger class, in this is my mind, so it's very small. It is kind of like in Lord of the Rings, where I forget his name, but the ranger there, the main guy, he didn't like cast spells; they just happened because that was part of his class structure and all that kind. Anyway, that's kind of what Roz is doing. He's preparing himself. He's mentally, while everybody else is kind of talking about what they're going to do, he's, you know, channeling that inner um, magic, if you will, and
No devouring. Stop that.
yeah,
All right. So you're basically standing there. So you're standing there, psyching yourself up.
yeah,
All right. So in D&D mechanics, a ritual cast takes 10 minutes.
yes.
Most rituals, you arrange things on the ground, you pray, or you start reading from a book. So I'm letting you describe the ritual. So you're psyching yourself up so you can go talk to the animals.
Well, he's going through in his head the times before when he's used it, like when he did it with the horses. I think he's done it with several. He just tries to calm himself. He wants to change his aura into being something that's very calming and friendly.
Like
So when he walks
meditation.
over there, yeah, a little bit of 10 minutes worth of meditation, sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, um, you guys are all standing around while this is happening. Snapjaw occasionally like walks off to talk to people who are like looking or staring at you. Um, those of you that can speak Draconic, which I think is Elios and Roz, but Roz, you're meditating, so we're
Yeah,
gonna
he
say you're
wouldn't
not
hear it.
paying attention.
Yeah.
Elios, every now and then you'd be like, you'll hear Snapjaw's like, oh, new humans, new dragon kneelers, recruits. Like, those are the things he says when people are like looking over at you, depending on who he talks to. So when he talks to the Bullywogs, you're new recruits. You're basically new dragon kneelers. When he talks to the lizard folk, he'll say help. And some people are a little bit like, not again. Okay. All right. So, Raj, you go over to the pens. As soon as you start walking over, Snapjaw kind of like gets back to the group and is like, what's he doing?
He's doing his Roz thing. It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Okay. But I got 3 copper that he gets bitten. That's at that point, Roz, you get over to the gates, and some of the handlers are looking at you a little odd. As you approach, though, they kind of like you could see. Again, they're lizards, so it's kind of hard to tell, but they smile and kind of like step back from the animals they're keeping under control, just to see like them eat you. So as you approach, there's 6 of these giant lizards that are not being utilized right now that are like roaming about the pen. As you approach, several of them will start going over like it's feeding time.
Good day. This one's name is Raz. May I have a word with you? Raz means you no harm. As a matter of fact, with that thought in your mind, Raz would like to propose a mutual endeavor. And what is in it for you is freedom from all of these, what they call dragon kneelers, and those that treat you badly. What say you? Are you interested in Raz's proposal?
They, as soon as you start talking to them, they stop. And as lizards tend to do, like their eyes like turn independently and like look at you. They kind of look at each other. You can see the handlers is, like wondering why you haven't been eaten yet. And one of the lizards will kind of like creep forward steadily. It's probably the leader of the pack.
Yeah. He has his hands up. Raz means you no harm, only good.
So he's gonna come over, and you know how lizards stick out their tongue like snakes. He's gonna
Like
kind
he's
of do,
telling me, yeah.
yeah. He's gonna do that around you, and he, after like doing that, eyeing you for a second, he's gonna back away. And he says, "Agreeable,
Very well.
as long as we can eat them."
Oh, by all means. No one in my party, nor myself. It is not. They are all yours. Yes, you may eat them. As a matter of fact, we plan on dispatching everyone, and when that is done, you will be free. But let Ross be perfectly upfront and honest with you. Just like my party, you see those folks over there. Some of us may die today, which is okay with Ross because today is a good day to die. But same with you. Just so you know, there are no illusions here. Some may perish in this fight, but we feel it is a good fight. And if you're willing to help, we are willing to protect you as much as we can. And after that, you are free to go.
So it listens to you for a second, sticks out its tongue into the air, and then kind of like not completely turning its head, looks back at the others, and most of them will put their chin to the ground. And he'll turn back to you and says, "We'll be ready."
Very well. Wait for the signal and we will attack. Thank you for your support, by the way. And you're trusting me. He'll go back over to the group.
Songbird holds her hand out to Snapjaw.
He'll hand you the copper.
What did you buy? Did you buy something from him? What is happening?
He's like, "How did you do that?"
Well, as some of the skinwalkers say, Raz is an animal anyway, and those there are animals. Raz talked to them. They're not stupid. They're very intelligent, actually. I asked them if they were willing to aid us in dispatching all who are opposed to your species and ours. And they said they would help if they could eat everything. I said, yes, by all means, please. That's for us to clean up, you know. So they're waiting on a signal.
He like kind of looks at you, nods, looks back over at the lizards who have gone back to their business. Even our handlers get bitten, and he kind of like stands there just staring with his hands on hip.
Well, it is a gift, maybe. Ross does not know. He just tries it, and if he gets bit, he gets bit. But they
So,
did not bite.
so, so what's the signal?
Well, I do not know who is going to be in charge here, but you know this camp more than anyone. Roz would say that you lead us into battle. You and your men, along with the lizards. You tell us where to go. You know this camp more
Mm,
than us. Is that not right, everyone?
That wasn't our agreement.
Well,
I'm not risking all of my people not knowing that you guys can't handle the dragon kneelers.
so right. You want us to go do dragon kneeler things, yes?
Yes, that's what we agreed
Genia.
on.
Genia, you go. You tell us what to do. Roz is willing to do anything. Sneak around, slit throats, shoot arrows. I'm good. Let's do it.
Well, I think we need to sneak into the castle to see where the gold is being hidden. And then I'm going to look at Snapshot and say, can I have a moment with my friends, please?
Oh, yeah. He'll walk over towards the things and talk with some of the lizard handlers.
Just waiting for him to get bit.
By the way, Roz, do you want the copper?
No,
He
Roz
said
does
he
not.
bet like a couple of copper that you were going to get bit, and he asked what you were doing. I said, well, he's doing what Roz does best. So,
Well, I,
mm-hmm. You
Roz
want the
thinks
copper?
most days it would be a good bet that Roz might get a bit, but today he did not. So maybe, maybe this is a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
So I think
I do like the positive side.
if we go in sneaky, quiet, like if we don't have to have an insurrection here and put everybody, because realistically, more people are going to be in danger than we're actually going to save. Let's be honest.
Um, what does insurrection mean?
A battle. Like
Are
if
we
we
not
can,
fighting?
I think fighting should be our backup plan, but I think we should sneak in and see where they're taking the gold. If we can tell if they're moving it from here somewhere else or if this is the final destination for it. And if we can get in and back out without a fight, Snapjaw's probably not going to be real happy about it, but we don't know what kind of numbers we're looking at. And there's a darn good chance that the half dragons are here. And I don't know that that's a fight that we can win at this moment. But I do think we need to find out if there's any more information that we can get so that we can take it back to the people who we're getting the information for and then come back and with reinforcements. But we have to get the lay of the land first. We have to know what we're up against because going in there blindly is a terrible plan.
Ross would agree, but as you have said, Genia, the snapping jaw lizard man, if we do not dispatch of these dragon kneelers, will we not have another foe? I mean, Ross is fine doing whatever, but we do not need to fight on our front and our back. we may never get this information out of this camp. I believe he's expecting us to dispatch all of the dragon kneelers.
Well, at the very least, we have to have a better idea of how many dragon kneelers we're going to be attempting to dispatch. Because we really have no idea.
Did we ask the snapping jaw?
I think we did. I think he wasn't sure.
New people come
We
and go
did.
all the time.
Well, Ross is ready to do anything you ask of him. If it is to die today, then we die today. Whatever it is, let us do it quickly.
Well, let's have that be the backup plan dying today. Like the fourth plan down the road.
Very well.
Really quick out of character, did we ever get the clothing that they were looking for? Did we ever don the clothing?
No, because like remember he sent somebody out probably like 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago. So that person hasn't returned
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
Well, I definitely think we need to wait for the disguises because that'll just make it easier to be a little less obvious.
That's fair. Oh,
I do
Jesus
still have
Christ.
the ability to turn some of us invisible if needs be, but again, that'll have to be something out of eye line of sight. Excuse me.
All right. So you guys have your conversation, kind of like stand there looking around, waiting. You do see Snapjaw like kind of like pushing one of these lizards off of him. He comes back
I
a
don't think
little.
he's got your gentle touch, Roz.
He comes back a little bit disheveled and looks over at like Roz again. He's like, "One day, Furman, you need to tell us how you did that."
One day Ross would be happy. But it looks like you are making friends. No?
No. So while he's standing there laughing, again, it doesn't look like it because I'm not putting all the tokens on the thing, but there are dozens and dozens of people wandering around. At one point, a smaller lizard man will kind of wander up, and he'll look at all of you. He says, "This is the best I can do," and he'll hand Ginny a stack of like clothing.
Thank you so much. Okay, so this stack of clothing, does it look like it's enough of a disguise to sort of make us blend in?
They're not really disguises. They look like cult robes and uniforms.
Okay, well, I'm going to hand them out to everybody.
Okay. Is this stuff that we could put on our clothes, or do we need to go into one of the like little hut thingies?
No, it's like little halberds that you can like throw over, like put them over your head and it kind of just hangs over everything, or like robes that
Like
you
a poncho?
would class like a poncho, or something you would class over you. So there are 3 of the halberds and 2 of the robes, which means that you're short 1. So Astrid, there's not one for Astrid.
Ashton could have the one that's meant for Elios.
That'll probably work. Yeah.
Because I'll just be a kobold.
They don't look brand new by no means. In fact, they've probably been in the swamp for a while because they stink of the swamp. But you look around and notice that you see them on other people, so
I mean, we'll definitely blend in. We won't smell clean, so they won't smell us coming.
Well, I can
Those
probably
smells.
dim the odor a little bit if it's really that strong.
I mean, remember you're standing in the swamp, so
Mhm.
it's just like if you took it and put it in your face now.
Yummy.
Sorry.
Is there one that is for someone as tall as I?
One of the robes would probably like work for you. Plus, it has a hood. The Talberts are one size fits all. Like, if Astrid wears it, it kind of comes down to his knees. If you wear it, it comes down just about your waist, a little bit past your waist. So they're one size fits all. The robes, same thing. Yours is not gonna come all the way to your ankles, but if Vera wore it, it would come a little bit closer. You know what I mean? And if
Right.
Astrid wore it, it'd be dragging around on the ground behind him.
Okay, so I'll probably getting the Talbert,
Whatever they're called.
the poncho.
The poncho. Yeah, no. That's worse.
I can't say the other word.
Okay.
So are all of us going in? Or certain ones? Or how is this working?
I feel like we all need to go in because if we split up and something happens, we may never meet up again.
Very well.
Just think about it this way: if we go out as a group, as a family. As Songbird looks up at Rose.
And who? Who are you looking at?
Roz.
Oh.
He's
said
taller than
Rose.
Songbird.
Oh, okay.
I said Roz. Unfortunately, I'm
I
also
heard-
choking a cough.
Yeah, I heard Rose, so I was like, who?
I did too.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Not-
Roz.
It wasn't just me.
Well, you know,
All right, so shall we go try to see if we can find a place to get in the castle?
Are we changing
Mhm.
somewhere first?
No, we're putting the stuff on over our clothes because it's stuff that will fit over our clothes.
Oh, that works.
Elias is gonna take his hat and gloves and cloak off and just fold them up and put them in his backpack.
Okay.
So I'm wearing just normal clothes now. I'm wearing like a shirt and pants.
Could Snapping Jaw tell us the best way in?
Well, it won't hurt to ask him.
So Snapping Joe will basically point to the gatehouse. So
Is there a password that we need to be aware of?
Bullywogs aren't that smart.
No.
That's not the password. He's just telling you that they're not that smart to use them.
All right.
Well, kind of
Figured I'd check.
Just to be clear.
And they might be offended if we walk up and say the password is
Right?
Bullywugs aren't that smart. All right, well let's go.
Okay. So the main gate. So as you approach and get closer to the castle, again, the vegetation, the growth, the castle has been like, you could tell it's in a state of repair, but you can also see like how old it is from the parts that are still in disrepair. Vines will cling to most of the walls. If I mean, if you didn't know what to look for, I think from a distance you would have just thought this was like some kind of mound of vegetation and dirt. But as as you're looking at it, you can see that some of the vegetation has been cleaned off, but it's still creeping up the sides and covering a huge portion of it. The except for this area here. And there you can see a couple of bullywugs standing by the doorway. The design of the castle, most of you have seen castles traveling around and forts and such. The design is such that you would expect there to be a moat. Because this area here leads to what looks like a causeway leading back to the main castle. But from your vantage point, you don't see a moat. Now, you are in a swamp and you do see like puddles of water just about everywhere, but the dirt like just continues right up to the base of the keep. Now at the base where the stone is, you can see rising above the normal ground, you can see bedrock. So keep does appear to have been built on solid rock.
Shall we?
Following you.
Ah, I can't get a hold of my little zoom in, zoom in. Oh, that's moving the map. God dang it. What do I have on me? Hold on a second. Oh, okay.
So as you approach, you see basically the entrance. There's a couple of bullywugs, and they're not really paying attention to you. They're talking to each other in their weird language, which I'm not sure if all of you can understand. So hold on. How do they speak? Bullywug. So I am pretty sure none of you speak that. Do any of you speak that?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, just making sure. All right.
Darn it, I knew I should have picked Bullywug.
Right?
I didn't even know that was an option.
Me, sit,
I
me
don't
sitting
get
here
it.
going,
Right.
I wouldn't. It's not.
Okay.
He's sitting here going, I could, you know what? I'll never use this, and here's the day.
All right. All right. So as you approach, you see that there are a couple having a conversation. You also notice that on the second floor, arranged like near the battlements, you can see like basically head-sized stones, precariously leaning on top. As you approach, there is a set of doors, double doors, and a portcullis. The portcullis is raised up. The doors are looking kind of pitiful, and they are open. They're not even closed, but it doesn't even look like they're hanging on the hinges correctly. Oh, Snapjaw would have at least accompanied you that far. Vera, you're not going with them?
Sorry, I was mostly listening.
He will kind of like come in front of you and approach the bullywugs. As the bullywugs like turn, they kind of, I don't know how Frog would sneer, but it kind of looks like that. And he will say in Draconic, more kneelers for the work effort. They'll look over all of you with like big eyes, blink a few times, and then shrug and kind of like go back to their conversation. Lockjaw is gonna look dead at Roz and says, "I will wait for the signal," and then walk away.
Okay.
Uh,
Onwards again. Oh.
From this point, you're closer. You will notice that this area over here, all this area, the brown dirt in front of the keep is bubbling. Not like constant bubbling, like boiling water, but every now and then it's like bloop, big
Ew.
air bubbles.
Tiny bubbles.
Also, these square structures right in front of you, those are lizard men tents. So there's mostly lizard men coming in and out of them. They're basically
Okay.
reed long houses. I mean, considering the tools that they have, they're pretty well built.
Would this bubbling like mud jog anything in Jinia's memory from things that she's read about in the past?
It's not really something you would have read about. Like a lot of castles, not most, a lot of castles have moats. It looks like there's a moat there, but because of the actually roll me a history check. That's intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, roll me a history check. That's good enough. Okay, so like I said, you've seen a lot of castles. You've seen pictures of them in books. You've read about them, right? Some basic knowledge. Most castles, not most castles, a lot of castles have moats, and they're surrounded by moats. You think that this castle at one point had a moat, but the swamp has basically grown around the castle, and now the moat is filled with both um, is filled more with mud. Like it has a mud layer over the top of it. Also, that's one of the things. Like you don't think this castle was built in the swamp. It looks like the swamp overgrew the castle.
Okay.
And it's old. Like very, very old. On the second floor near the stones, every now and then you'll see one of the bullywogs kind of like look over the edge and look around and then disappear.
Alrighty.
Well, I guess we better go in.
Mm-hmm. I gotta zoom in. I can't see where I'm going.
All right. I am going to put this on so you guys can all see each other. Also, Vero, you're controlling Astrid. I'm not going to keep dragging him around.
Okay, that's fine.
So, hold on. I'm going to give you his thing. All right. Did you get it?
Yep.
Put it on your taskbar so in case you close it, you can reopen it. Not your taskbar, your hotkeys.
Hotkey.
And you can control where he's going to be. Try to aim for squares. So, as you all walk into this room, a bunch of bullywogs will turn and look at you. There are 10 bullywogs in this room, along with 4 giant frogs. They just kind of like look over your direction. One of the bullywog says something from the door in bullywog, and they just look at you for a second, blink, and then go back to doing whatever it is they were doing.
How many giant frogs?
4. Like, you got into the room before they even looked over at you. Like, you guys had all walked in, and then suddenly, like, they were like... They don't talk to you, though. They just look at you. And then, like I said, somebody from the door says something, and then they go back to doing whatever it is they were doing. Shush. Basically the floor is covered in mud. Like it's not like a mud floor. It's not smoothed out or anything. It's just sloppy mud floor. You guys are walking through mud right now. There are some planks in strategic locations so that you can walk through areas. I know I've seen it in a movie, but I can't think of the movie, so never mind.
Can you kind of mark where? Mark where?
No. It's from the door to the other side.
Okay, that works. I need to determine which one's a square and which one's a plank. Okay. Well,
Okay.
shall we turn here or go up there?
I mean, we
Well,
kind of need to have him. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, from the outside, you know this structure is two floors. The causeway leading into the castle that would normally cross the moat is the corridor. So going up would basically be, how would I put this? Walking into the guard tower without a reason. Like, it's not going to get you into the castle. Going through the causeway will get you into the castle.
Well, then I guess we turn here.
Sounds good.
All right. You notice that the causeway has no roof. You can see ledges running along the entire length of it, and you can see basically arrow slits and the such pointing down, like basically facing it instead of outside of the keep. This would basically be like a kill zone if anybody was trying to invade the castle.
Oh, that's fantastic.
On that note, we've been discovered. No.
All right, slow down. Hold on. Because I need to, as you go into rooms, I need to like get the descriptions up, and I can tell you before you like walk into something you might not want to. All right. Basically, the ground here is hard packed earth. There are areas in front of certain doors that are, you can see that the heart, that, you can see there's a lot of foot traffic. The dirt has been like churned up in certain places, but for the most part, it's packed back down. In this particular room, there are, hold on, because it changes, and I don't know how many. 5 and 5. So there's, in particular room, there are 4 bullywogs and 4 lizard folk, just kind of milling about. Actually, the lizard folk are working, and basically like tearing down some of the vines and trying to like remortar some of the stone. And the
Giant
bullywogs are
testicles,
laying around on the ground
and
giving orders.
tentacles.
Why is it all the way up there? Oh.
So that's what you see in this room. There are several doors, so I don't know if they're coming out on the map for you, but that's a door there. That's a door there. You can see a door back here. There's a couple of doors on this wall. And then there's a door right near you there. As you enter the room, some of the lizard folk look over at you, and then like go like snap back and go back to work. One of the lizard folk like looks at you and just nods. Like very subtly. Not like he's just like dumb stupidly nodding his head at you. He just kind of nods.
Mm-hmm.
Does he look familiar? Like he's one of the ones that talked to Snapjaw?
You can roll a perception check. I mean, they're not that much distinguishing features on them.
I was gonna say.
Don't say it. Don't
Roll for
you say it.
races. No. Do they all look the same to you?
Oh,
No.
you said it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
You're not
trying to
entirely
figure
you're
out how to
not
say it.
entirely sure if you recognize him or not, but he is looking at you like he knows something.
All right, so I'm gonna like raise an eyebrow and just sort of very slightly nod back, like kind of like, yeah, you know why we're here, and just
Mm-hmm.
keep your eyes open, kind of thing.
Does Songbird see him?
He looked at the group, and you and Ginny are standing like right next to each other. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, you probably saw it.
Can
Are there any?
Songbird kind of make a like head, kind of tilt a head like, and raise eyebrows like, where do we go, type thing?
You can. I would have to see if he realize. Remember, he is a different race entirely. So like smiling at certain cultures is like seen as offensive. So I would have to see if he recognizes what you're trying to do. But Roz, what were you gonna ask?
Are any of these doors that we can see guarded? Are they all just kind of freely open? Not open, but no guards in front.
You haven't seen any other than the front door, like the front entrance. You haven't seen any like guards yet.
Okay.
I mean, actually,
like standing in front of a door to keep.
No, there is nobody standing at attention blocking a door at all.
Okay.
But you could tell that the lizard folk are carrying tools and the bullywogs are carrying weapons. But I mean, literally, some of the bullywogs are laying on the ground, like just watching the work happening, just laying there relaxing.
If everyone was on the map, then we would. No, I was joking. That's a joke.
You want me to put 200 tokens on the map to control?
About face, we're leaving.
He didn't. Nope. That's so
remember,
charming.
this place has got 4 stories to it, and the numbers keep changing depending on what time of day you walk into the thing.
Fabulous.
Which remember,
Elios,
it's like midday for all of you too, just in case you needed a reminder.
Elios, do you think you could tell him that we're new recruits? Kind of looking to go somewhere.
Wait, hold on.
I have words I can't
Hold on. You gotta let me take care of the first thing you asked me to do.
Oh, I didn't know you were actually going to do it. I thought you were just saying that you would have to.
No, I'm rolling to see if he realizes what you're trying to ask. He
Mhm.
kind of looks over at you and goes, like, he just eyes go wide, and you see a slight shrug to his shoulders.
Fabulous. Okay.
He thinks you're
Then,
flirting with him.
oh my god.
Right?
Anyway, Elio.
His little gills start like flaring out under his neck.
Not lizard mainly. Elios, would you be so kind as to ask where we're supposed to be going? New recruits.
Yeah,
You know,
I could do
don't
that.
be mad about it. Just kind of. Well, I don't know. You can be polite. Wait, out of character.
I'm
Where were
just gonna
Colbert's?
I'm just gonna remind you. Remember, you're wearing like tattered, well worn stuff.
Yeah, but the people die, so that might mean, we're new
You're
recruits
you're
given
making
the stuff.
you're making assumptions, but that's fine.
Fair. But either Elios or Roz is going to be the ones that would have to communicate one, since nobody else can speak.
I will also remind you, you haven't seen a single kobold yet. And out of everyone, Elios tends to get a lot of looks, followed by Roz. The rest of you, not so much. Like most gazes will linger on those two.
Elias is gonna walk up to the closest lizard folk, and say, "I'm new here. Where do I go in Draconic?"
He looks down at you and he says, "Wherever the dragon kneelers go."
I don't know where that is. I'm not from here. I was sent here.
"Mm, I don't know."
Okay. I return to the group and say, "He doesn't know."
I have Bullywug. Bullywug. I don't know why I keep saying Bullywug.
Because I keep saying bullywug. It's bullywug. You're right you were right the second time.
You're a bad influence.
You're probably right.
I will go find the nearest relaxing bullywug and say, I'm new here. Where do I go? I was sent here by a different group of. Do I know the name of does Elios know the name of the group that the people are?
Uh, it hasn't been said or like spelled out, other than out of character.
Elios is going to refer to them as the Dragon Kneelers because that's a term he's heard.
Okay. So you're gonna
I would I'm
ask
asking
one of
the
them.
bullywug.
Let's just figure out where they would send you. Oh, hold on. All right. So you approach them, and you can see that like they stop their conversation, look over at you, and they are looking at you with big, large, blank eyes. And you ask them where to go,
Yes.
and that you are from somewhere else.
Yes.
He is going to start squeaking at you, or basically croaking at you. He looks a little bit agitated. But he's speaking to you in your not your language. He's speaking to you in his language. One of the lizard folks is actually going to come over to you and start translating. And it sounds weird coming from them, but he will start speaking back to it. And the bullywog will stand up and basically backhand the lizard man. And then he'll like shout a command and point towards the staircase. Lizard man will turn to you and say, perhaps you should seek Razmir on the upper levels. And he'll nod towards like a couple of the doors and say, stairways. So he'll point towards this door. God damn it, map, don't do that. He'll point towards this door, that door, and it says staircases beyond. And then he'll kind of mention that there's staircases pretty much in all the towers.
Okay.
Most of the... And he'll look towards the rest of your group and tell you in Draconic, most of the humans are on the upper levels.
Elias will respond to Draconic. Understood. And then he will bow to the lizard folk, and then will walk away back to his group.
At this point, the bullywogs are kind of chattering to each other. They look like they're annoyed and angry. They're no longer lounging about. And they don't approach you. It seems that they take out their irritation on the lizard men.
When I get back to Jinji and Songbird, I will go. It was told to me that there are staircases in all of the towers. The closest two being to our left and right.
Okay. Did they say where they lead to, or is that just where we need to go?
That they lead up, which is where most of the humans are. And there was they mentioned the name of Resmir. Razmir. It was hard to tell because of the squeaking and croaking.
Oh, Resmir.
I assume you know who that is. I do not recognize that name.
Songbird's gonna look at Jinya and then look down at Elias. Is like, it's one of the meaner. Wait, they're dragonborns? No, not dragonborns.
Half dragons.
No, they're half dragons.
Half dragons. Thank you.
Resmir is
Half
to be
dragons.
avoided at all costs.
Yeah.
Okay, so avoid Resmir. Also, what is a half dragon? Am I not technically a half dragon?
No.
No, this is Elios asking himself this question.
Oh.
This is Elios is asking himself. It's like, am I a half dragon? Huh. Questions for later.
Is he saying this out loud?
Yes, Elios doesn't know how to think in his head.
Jinya's just gonna reach over and kind of pat him on the head.
All right, so we're taking the towers up.
It would seem so.
What you think, right or left? Because wait, you said that they said the door is closest to us to our right.
Right and left. So the one that Roz
Right
is in
and
front of, and then the one across from that door.
Okay.
They both go up, so we could take both of them, and we probably meet each other at the top.
Or we could all just take the same staircase in case they don't lead to the same place.
This is
Yeah,
also
no
true.
splitting of the group.
So you want to go through that door?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So you open up that door. Inside, you see... Well, the room is empty except for a statue. The statue is of a 5-headed dragon carved out of wood. It is surprisingly good craftsmanship, but it's still very rough. Upon enter, upon y'all,
In or out, people.
yeah, like,
I'm going in. This is going in.
why are you
Agreed.
going? Why are you bouncing all over the place? Anyway, upon entering the area, it appears to be like a small chapel, but the furniture has long since been removed, and it has been. You can see that it has been offered to several different deities. So you can see the original deities, the stones have been like crushed and pushed off. But you can see like the remnants of like the symbol of Lathander, which has been pretty much chiseled out of the wall, and then over it has been painted like appears to be like a lizard or a dragon, and then that has been covered or crossed out or half painted over, and now is the symbol. It's basically like a dragon head with like 5 lines behind it. And of course, there's this statue in here now.
Where would be the statue?
Where would be the statue?
Yeah, you said it's in here, but where?
Like right in the middle of the room.
No.
Can an Elias do a history check for the statue?
To learn what?
To see if his mom told him any stories about it.
No, you don't have to do a history check. You know who it is.
Okay, well, great. I was just gonna point at it and go, that's bad.
What is it?
Well, that's kind of a long story. It's a very bad dragon lady. She's very mean. So I've been told.
Does she have a name? And Jinya gets inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wandering.
Her name is her name is something I don't remember right now.
Nudge, nudge, DM.
I don't know if he's actually playing his character or telling me that he's like forgot her name.
No, I as a player absolutely not. Elliot
Okay.
does not remember right now. He's
That-
a child. He has child brain. He can't remember.
That's fine. I was just making sure. I wasn't gonna say anything because I thought he was role playing. So see,
Yes.
No.
Do
I
we
didn't
really
think he
need
was.
to be- Do we really need to be speaking about these things? Oh, look around where we are. Shush. We are supposed to be with them, not questioning everything that is here. Or go ahead and talk about it. It does not matter then.
Ginger's gonna go kind of peek through this doorway and see if there's anything in here.
So when you look in here, you see basically the broken pews, the like piles of stone, corroded. Basically, all the stuff that was kind of cleared out of this area is dumped in here. So it looks like a pile of trash. Like construction type trash, though.
Okay.
Also, because I sometimes forget, Roz, you probably know what the statue is as well. Because of your background, you recognize
Right.
it. The artistry is a little bit off though. The dragon heads look more like lizard folk than they do dragons right now.
Okay.
There is another door, Jinya.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go kind of peek my head in and see what's in the door.
Oh, I meant that's a doorway. I meant there's a door like right next to Elios. But if you walk over there, hold on.
Bless you.
Salute.
Thank you. Yeah, sneezing fit. It was a short one though. All right. So this whole it's basically a long, empty corridor. What's your passive, Jania? Jania?
Yes, I'm looking.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I don't have my sheet up. All right, it's 14.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you're like looking through, you peek into the room. At first you don't notice it. You just think it's the rock formations on the wall, but what you realize is there's squares, like patterns along the walls at different heights and sizes.
Okay. Does that mean anything to me?
Yeah. I mean, you think that something might have hung on the wall at one point? Like it's like clean spots.
Okay.
But other than that, there's nothing else in the room.
Okay. So it's a big, long corridor full of what looks like a place that used to have pictures hanging on the wall.
Yes.
Okay. Well, shall we continue on through the doorway that Elios is standing in front of?
Yeah.
All right. You open up that door, and inside you see basically like another. Well, you see a staircase, obviously, and you see a neatly arrayed room. It kind of you see cabinets, basically like wooden squares with robes and stuff hanging up inside of them. Um, it you see some like a counter with some implement like religious implements on it. So there's a 5-star spiral star symbol. There's some of those little ribbons with like inscriptions that you would put over your shoulder and hang in front of your chest. Basically, it is set up like a rectory. So like all the religious implements are like in here, arrayed neatly, and looks like being taken care of. You also notice that there are 4 bedrolls in a corner of the room, just laying down. The cabinets, like they almost like little lockers. The doors are missing. The the squares that are hanging, you can see inside of them because there's no doors. The doors look like they have been ripped off. You can see like some broken pieces of wood still attached to the hinge. The doors, you're thinking they're in that pile that you just saw. What's up, Jim?
Okay, so would we have been able to tell from the outside, like, if we go up these stairs, is this sort of separate from like the rest of the castle, or would there be a way to get to the rest of the castle?
So I shared a picture with you guys of the castle.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm gonna share it again. I'm gonna try to share it again.
This has been a while.
Okay. So this is what you guys are looking at, or what you looked at before you came in. Okay. So that short, squat tower in the front, that was where you came in and saw the bullywogs and the giant frogs. And then you could see that basically right behind it, you could just see that slant. That's the causeway that led up to the keep. You were technically you're in that first front round tower. That's where you think you are, according to what you've seen from outside.
Okay, because my concern here is that we are in what is obviously their church that they are using because it is well cared for and has artifacts from their current religion. And if we go upstairs, we're going to wake up or alert someone that we're somewhere that we obviously shouldn't be.
That
I wholeheartedly agree.
That's a possibility, and I can't answer, but that's a good possibility. You are anywhere you are in this place, you're in a place where you probably aren't supposed to be because none of you should be here. So you're gonna have to talk your way out of it or fight your way out of it. I know you're not looking to fight yet, so you're gonna have to use your
This is
wit and
probably-
talk your way out.
Yeah, this is
Also,
probably going to be one of those definite, more than normal. We shouldn't be in here.
But-
this.
How you feel?
But I will say, from looking at the castle or the keep from outside the front, okay, because you guys never walked around it, so looking at it from the front, all the towers appear to be they go all the way up. Only one tower appears to be higher, like have a floor above the rest.